I'm trying to figure out which invitation we're supposed to use.
I just created both because we're gonna use either one. Sundays is normally the normal day, but I created one for the day. That's all.
It's gonna be based great though. People's schedule.
Yeah, we good.
I thought he sure.
Talking about what we talking about. I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you stand. What we talking about? From time to time, every set of brothers argue. You gotta listen to catch a glimpse here from our view. I finish every debate that I'm in. Gonna start it up in time tomorrow. We run it again. Ain't no stopping us. What we talking about? What we talking about? I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about?
What up? We're back. From a nice long extended summer vacation.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just chilling out with the family. We're back on the podcast. Got the unusual suspects in the building. Got my man Ray to me to the right.
You already know.
Got Dante and Key out in Dallas. He's out today, but he out in Dallas enjoying himself. Out there ready to see the Saints against the Cowboys on tomorrow.
Yes,
that big game. But man, it's been a few months, man. How your summer went, Ray?
Man, it's been good, man. Just enjoying yourself, enjoying family. The weather's been good. And, it's a nice little break. Like you said, there wasn't much sports going on anyway. So I think it was the perfect time to, hit the reset button and, get the juices flowing again, man.
We did have the Olympics.
Yeah, Olympics was cool. It definitely was cool, but, it was a good break for us.
Absolutely. Dante, man, you on the horn. How was your break?
Man, same here. Everything was, a beautiful thing to chill out for a while. Even though my summer was all busy with Miles, doing whatever, traveling up and down the highways and byways, making it happen. So, but at the end of the day, it's a cool thing, just being with him and making sure, he's still on this path that we got him on right now and keeping it moving.
How's that going right now?
It's going good. He gotta go to a shadow on Tuesday at St. John's where you go up to the school and go with one of the players and walk around the school and go to their classes and talk to the coaches and things like that. And then me and Sabrina got to go up there that afternoon to talk to the coaches and talk to the financial aid people and see what's going on. Just get the lay of the land.
You talking about St. John's, the one, the institution
in DC, the one in DC,
oh, in DC?
South of a military road. Yeah.
Okay.
Up there.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
And you take a bus up there?
Well, yeah, they have a bus that pick him up at one of the hotels near 495. So he'll catch the bus in the morning, and then Sabrina will pick him up from work in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Nice, man. The change of scenery for him, going from VA school system to DC.
Yeah.
We're going to be wearing new balances.
Yeah, Nike boots.
Nah, they wear uniforms. They wear uniforms.
Oh, they wear uniforms?
Yeah, they
wear
uniforms.
them Nike boots.
Oh, you be looking like Prince of Bel-Air?
Nah, they be wearing them Under Armour sneakers because that's who they sponsored by.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, good luck to them, man. I love to hear that.
For sure.
All right, man. Let's get into the podcast. Again, there's no further ado. We want to get in it. It's a lot we got to discuss. We got a lot of topics. We've been out for a long time. Let's start off by what we saw this past weekend in the NFL. NFL's king. You gotta start with that, and we want to get something really quick through that. Ray, give me your thoughts. Like, what did you see this past week that stood out to you this past weekend?
It was a number of good things that I saw this week that was kind of nice. Baker looked good against the Commanders. Whether the Commanders are just that bad or Baker has improved, Baker threw like 4 touchdowns. I like what I saw from the Houston Texans. Being able to make all the additions that they made in the offseason and have it all come together. Joe Mixon had a big game on the Colts. And I was, kind of shocked by what Atlanta did. I thought they would come out a little bit better. Having Kirk Cousins, I know he's coming off the Achilles, but I expected, at least to throw the ball a little bit better. But it's opening week, game one. It was no really need to overreact or underreact to a lot of things we saw. Long season, 16 more games to go. But yeah, those were some of my things I like saw this season. I mean, there's this first game.
Yeah, for me, the first week, it was exciting. The Baltimore Kansas City game was very exciting. It went down to the wire. Lamar missed the open receiver that probably could have tied the game on third down, but to come back and make a big throw and on fourth down, likely just couldn't keep his feet in. The Green Bay and Philly was a great game. They went back and forth. Barkley is a good addition to Philly. He helped them get through over the hump. And I think that's going to help Jalen Hurts down the road where he really don't have to depend on, just throwing the ball all the time. But also it is set up blocking for him when they get in the blitz. Caleb Williams struggled his first game. Who really surprised me is Buffalo. Buffalo came back and won in the fourth quarter against the Cardinals. But then to go down to Miami and do what they did, it was big. And now that James Cook has really stepped this game up, it started with last year, but when Joe Brady really put him in motion where, you don't have to put all the owners on the QB and that's going to help them out down the road. So I think Buffalo for me is the biggest surprise.
You know what? For me, what stood out is it seems to me like a lot of teams that did not have their starters participate in preseason was really slow when it comes to the offensive execution. The Falcons did not play any starters. Passing game looked terrible. And it seems like the guys who played during the preseason, where they played just a couple of snaps here and there, but they were ready for the game speed. And so that's what you saw. You saw Pittsburgh's example. They played the starters. They were ready to play. Defense came in, caused 2 turnovers. Same thing with some other situations. So to me, that's what you saw. You saw those type of things as far as just infusing your team to win by just getting out there, participating in preseason, participating in different things. Now, there are probably some teams who probably didn't play, but they still did well. But it seems like the teams who all had their starters out there for at least a couple of snaps here and there, man, came out there and really played well. I thought Baker played absolutely well against the Commanders, right? We saw a lot of good quarterback play. We saw some bad quarterback play. The Saints they played in preseason, and it showed when they played against the Panthers. They came out there, of course, Panthers were struggling, but they came out there and they did what they had to do. That's just, things, that just seemed like that was a common theme. I think going into the second week, right? We just started with the Dolphins and the Dolphins versus
the Bills.
Bills, right? So now going to the second week, I want to see what's that going to look like. The Bengals, for example, they look like they were just out of sort. Joe Burrow looked out of sort. I think they double chase, so he was struggling. They couldn't get the ball to chase. It seemed like it was just a multitude of that, right? So it's very interesting to see how the balancing act is going to happen moving forward. So I'm very interested to see how a lot of these teams get back out there in the second week and how can they continue improving, because you don't want to get to the point where you're behind the ball, right?
No.
So that's the one thing I saw in the opening week that I was like, man, the play stood out a certain way. Lamar definitely missed the young kid, but Lamar still looked sharp though. He looked quick.
Yeah,
he lost a lot of weight. Cut some muscle. And he still look quick, and he's going to have a great season. I was shocked how they utilized Derrick Henry in that game. I didn't utilize him at all.
Yeah.
He needs at least 20-25 carries. It's just real as it gets. Guy gave him 20-25 carries for him to be effective. So that's just, that's something just, sought out there. I'm like, man, that's the things they're going to have to, that I'm just looking forward to keep doing. Do it for the season, throughout the season. So it's going to be interesting how everything goes up on this football season. Let me ask you a question, just overall, and D starts off with this one, between the 3 quarterbacks, Lamar, Burrow, Josh Allen, who's on the hottest seat to get to a Super Bowl?
I think all 3 of them. And the reason why I say all 3, because they've been in the league long enough. They've had good teams. They've been in position to get over the hump. Like you say, Burrow been to the Super Bowl. They were one play away, one look up, one sack away from probably winning the Super Bowl when Chase made that play on Ramsey and Ramsey slipped, but he couldn't get the ball out, and they got the sack the last play of the game of the Super Bowl. Josh Allen took, Kansas City to the limit. Overtime killed them. And Lamar, they only scored Kansas City only scored 17 points in the whole game last year and beat them 17-10. So I just think, those three guys have been in place to get to the Super Bowl. And I just think they all the same. They got to get over the hump. I just think they in the same bowl of soup, and they just got to figure it out. Their team got to figure it out. The coaching got to figure it out. But I just think all three of them on the hot seat to me at the same time.
Shit, man, it's Lamar Jackson, dog. You done had the number one seed in the AFC multiple times. You're a two-time MVP. It's time, bro. Like, you done had the pieces to get to a Super Bowl, and either whether it was you or somebody didn't, the play calling. But at the end of the day, when you're two-time MVP, you got to get your team over the hump, brother. Just like we get on Aaron Rodgers, multiple-time MVP, only got one Super Bowl. Like, when you are on that level of MVP caliber and you are now multiple, the seat is the hottest, right? Last year was a prime example. Number one seed going to the playoffs, choke like I don't know what. So for me, it's definitely Lamar Jackson, man. It's time. Like, you got Derrick Henry, and I didn't think they really needed Derrick Henry. Like, they've never had a problem rushing the football. And if you're going to continue to call the plays and have Lamar Jackson run 20 times, it defeats the purpose of having Derrick Henry back there, right? You brought him in to take the load off of Lamar Jackson having to run 15 to 20 times a game, right? So to me, it's definitely on the shoulders of Lamar, bro. Two-time MVP, bro. And he's going to have a great year this year. He's going to be up for MVP again. It has to be him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Lamar.
Yeah.
And then closely behind him is Josh Allen. Because we can talk about how Josh Allen is the Super Bowl quarterback. Super Bowl quarterback or elite talent.
Mm-hmm.
He still continues not to keep winning the big ones. And same thing with Lamar. He's not winning the big ones. The games that get you the notoriety when it comes to Super Bowl success is just not happening. And for the fact that both of those guys has not even made it to a Super Bowl at this point in their careers, it's a problem. It's problematic. So I think it's definitely Lamar because he's had some of the best defense, and they continue to keep putting a great defense around. I think the only difference is he hasn't had the receivers that some of the Joe Burrow has had.
Yep.
But Joe Burrow been coming off injuries. It's going to allow him an opportunity to kind of still take his time before the pressure really comes. He needs to get back, right? But then after that, it's got to be Lamar. It's got to be Lamar. It's got to be Lamar. It's got to be Lamar, and it's got to be Josh Allen. Those two guys, the fact that they just haven't made it at all, it's going to, like I said, that's issues, man. So those two guys got to get to at least a Super Bowl. They play one, right? For people to start really putting respect on anything like they should. And you really think about this part. When I'm sitting paying attention to Lamar and Josh, their style of play, people are like already down on it because they feel like that style of play cannot win. It can't be successful. It can't be sustainable either, right? And now, if they do if they can get the winning Super Bowl, because they don't look at Patrick Mahomes as a dual threat quarterback. He runs sometimes. They look at Patrick Mahomes like he's a pocket passer. But if he can get there, right? If they can finally, those two guys actually do it, man, it will change the landscape of the game. Right? Just not only their protection of their careers, but it'll change the landscape of the game. So they both need to get to a Super Bowl at this point. And they gotta go through each other to get it.
True.
So that's how it works. Let's talk a little quick about Dak's contract right quick. What was your thoughts when you came out, Ray, about Dak's contract? When he came out that he's about to make $6 million a year and get all that bread, man. Like my man said, get all that chicken, kinds of chickens. What was your thoughts when you heard about Dak? I mean, versus the fact that it came out like right before they played, then they went and beat the Browns. What's your thoughts on it, man?
I'm not shocked by the amount of money that they gave him. I mean, that's shit. The standard now for a lot of these quarterbacks. Burrow, who else got a big deal? Tua, It's the quarterbacks are making $50-60 million. Jordan Love got a big deal. Now, but I was shocked by the amount of guarantees. Like for a 4-year, 240, got 231 guaranteed. That is a lot of money, dog, to invest in a quarterback. Yes, Dak has had great regular seasons. They have had 3 straight 12 wins. But at the end of the day, when you're paying your quarterback that type of money, you gotta get a Super Bowl. Like he's on the clock too, right? Like we think about just Lamar and Burrow and Josh Allen. Dak, you on the clock too, bro, because Jerry is giving you everything you got this year. And this year you really got to earn it because you ain't got a running game. So they put it on your shoulders to make it happen this year. But I'm not surprised by the contract. Jerry is all about theatrics and the press. Same thing happened with CD Lamb. Like, you knew you was gonna give him a deal, but he just likes the attention. So I'm not surprised he gave it to him right up in game time because you ain't want the distraction going into the season. And they know they needed him, whether they got Trey Lance or not on the squad. They knew they needed Dak, man, and pressure's on him too. Now you got to have success in the playoffs.
Man, everybody knows. I don't even know why Jerry, like you said, Jerry liked the press. I mean, to me personally, I ain't mad at that. Get the money. The owner's paying. Listen, at the end of the day, the owner's paying these dudes. And I know we sit up here and say, well, Dak need to do this, Dak need to do that. He making this kind of money. Shit, the owner's paying it. Whether they win, lose, or draw, they paying it. I mean, we can get mad at it, but at the end of the day, they are paying it. Now, do I feel like Dak needs to play better in the playoffs? Yes, because he struggled last year against Green Bay through the 2 picks. One was a pick 6 that blew the game wide open. Then he gets to San Francisco. For some reason, he just can't get right. It's just like when he played him in the playoff, he gets stage fright. I just feel like, Jerry need to cut it. If he don't win one, because that's the only thing Jerry holding on for is the championship. But you got to get a running game sooner or later. You can't just put it all on Dak to think you're gonna win a championship. Now the defense looked good against Cleveland, with Zimmerman. They look real good. Now, is it that Cleveland that bad, or is Dallas defense that good? So we'll see this weekend when they play the Saints, because the Saints got a little change of motion. They got Kamara in the backfield. They got, David Carr looked good against the Panthers. So we're going to see if we're going to see if that defense really for real, after losing Dan Quinn. But I just think, they had to pay him, and that's the going rate.
Yeah, 4 years, 260, man. That's crazy. I did love the fact that they actually concluded that deal the day before they went and played. Boy, Jerry's a salesman. That was a marketing genius.
He is, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, man, to be investing to a quarterback that hasn't won, I think, 2 playoff games?
That's it.
But you do believe, I think, if you look at the landscape of quarterbacks coming in next year, I mean, I don't think anybody right now is playing at the level of Dak. So, I guess that 4.26 is well spent.
Yeah, I mean, Shador and who else?
And then you got Shador, you got the kid from for quarterback's sake, I'm trying to look around. Must might be right. I don't need any quarterback. Maybe the Quinn Ayers. Some other quarterbacks out there that's probably Ken Ward. Yeah, there's some guys who come out there, but they're gonna take a second.
Yeah.
So I mean, I understand why they made the deal. You got to pay them. If you don't pay them, you should have paid them a couple years ago.
Yeah,
exactly. He paid them a couple years ago.
No. This is the second deal. They paid him a couple years ago. This is the second deal off of that.
That's what I'm saying. They could have paid him a year earlier.
Could have paid a year earlier, at least.
Oh yeah,
last year.
Allow
him to get the last year deal, and that's why they paid him so much.
Yeah.
As soon as Love signed that deal, as soon as Tua, 50 mil was the mark.
Yeah, that's smart now.
He could have gone for about 45 if he'd have paid him 2 years ago.
He'd have paid him
a year ago.
Could have spent him there. He didn't do it.
Well, could save a ton of money.
Them owners, they be waiting to the last minute, man. They figure that they're gonna punk somebody, or the dude gonna give them a hometown discount. Man, them boy, listen,
nobody giving hometown discount.
Ain't no discount going. These dudes are not giving up no hometown discount. Pay me my money.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, brother. That is a lot of money. Tough. They're gonna have to figure it out. But I still feel like I would have probably paid him a year ago and would have saved that money.
Yeah, I'm with you. Because they're gonna either franchise Michael Parsons. They're gonna have to franchise.
Yeah, they'll have to. And then you already paid CD Lamb. Now they do a good job of scouting. They always have some young player playing playing, getting paid minimum, and they're out there like the kid, the punt returner. I think it was a partner.
Yep.
Yeah, he getting paid minimum, but he's a baller. So they always find some good players out there to do what they need to do. But man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of bread. That is a lot of bread. Man, so I don't know. Good luck to the Cowboys though. They're gonna be in cap hell real soon.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if NFL they got to do something, man. Like it's only gonna go higher. Next, it's gonna be a $70 million quarterback. When you only got a $200+ million salary cap, like, bro, like I know you can get creative, but man, they got to do something with this cap, though, to be able to build a team. But I guess it puts more pressure on your scouting teams to really hit home runs on the draft.
Right.
Because it's gonna go up to 60. If he has 60, next quarterback are gonna be 65.
That's true. The range is gonna stop, right?
Crazy, and then you ain't gonna be able to get nothing. Like your skill position gonna take it. It's gonna suffer. Either your skill gonna suffer or your line gonna suffer. One of them gonna suffer.
Yeah, you go because they're gonna raise the cap up.
And the next one gonna be up is probably Josh Allen, because he signed his deal 2 years ago. He been in the league 8 years?
Yeah.
I thought he'd been like 6.
So he signed the 2 year. He signed after 3. They gave him another deal, 4 or 5 year extension.
You notice the years are getting shorter and shorter, which I told you guys they should have been doing that.
Yeah.
Should have been
Kirk
going 4 years, 3 years.
Kirk Cousins showed him the way. Kirk showed him the way. Shoot, Kirk got 3 years, 84 when he got 2 franchise deals when he was with Washington. He got 3 years, 84, turned back around, got a 2 years, 60, and then he just got $100 million guaranteed with Atlanta. Bro, he's showing you the way.
Agent of the year, boy.
You got a good deal, bro. Stop trying to get these 5, 6, 7 year deals, man. 10-year deals. You got
hit the
Patty Mahomes still on that deal.
Yeah, that was a bad deal for Pat.
You know what I mean?
If I'm Pat, bro, I'm going to say we need to negotiate this deal.
But you know what though? I think Patty the kind of dude. Patty want to win championships. He said, "I need to keep my people. I need to listen." He getting a lot of money from endorsement.
What people?
But I'm saying though, he's all about winning championships and getting to that record. I get he's underpaid, but for him, he like, yo, I'm gonna get my money off endorsements. Y'all gonna pay me on the back end, but I'm trying to get the championships right now. I'm all in right now and getting championships.
But who they got besides Kelsey? Like Patty's making these boys better.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you, but I think
he wants Chris Jones. They're paying corner McDuffie. No, Sneed. I think Sneed leave on McDuffie still. One of them.
It's McDuffie. Sneed gone. Sneed went to Tennessee.
Right. So it's Patty making these boys better. It ain't like they spending these money going to get top-notch free agents because the money they're not paying Patty. So if I'm dog, pay me, bro. You just with that guy for $60 million, you got no championships, 2 playoff wins. I know he probably I deep down bet he probably regret the deal, dog. He has to.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Too many years. Like the money.
That scale. And it was like $500 million at that point, but it's backloaded.
Bro, like, come on, dog. He got to be kicking himself with that deal, dog. He has to.
I would say scratch that deal up.
Bro, I'm about to tear that shit up right now.
He should be the $70 million quarterback.
He deserves it.
Now
nobody else deserves it in it. Oh boy,
I do think now if they win the championship this year, I do think he's gonna be like, hey, let me get that $70 million. Right, I think if they win 3 in a row, Kansas City they ain't gonna have no choice. Is to tear that deal up and get that man.
And nobody really like to where you like, man, we gotta let us go. Like you paying Patty for him making people better. He's that type of QB, making people better, right? You've addressed the receiver situation with Rice, Xavier Worthy, so you got 2 young guys, right? Mm-hmm. You have pieces that where Patty's still that elite quarterback to uplift the offense and make people better.
Right.
You got Pacheco is young. So if I'm Patty, bro, like I just see Dak 60, bro, I need 70, dog. I need 70 a year, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's underpaid.
Yeah, way underpaid
quarterback in the league, right?
Man, I know his agent probably
got like 2 years for 180, and
he gonna play all 3 of them years too.
He
gonna cut him after 2.
They gonna cut that boy after 2 years.
Yeah,
you know that's why.
But still got 100 guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Hey, boy, Patty, bro, I'm like, bro, that clock ticking, boy.
So I can see that happening. All right, man. It was just some quick news update. CMC, Chris Mack is now going to be on injury reserve. He's going to be out for the next 4 games. D, starts off, man. What's your thoughts on the 49ers chances knowing that C-Mac is going to be out there? Are they still a Super Bowl contending team?
Yeah, hell yeah. If the line blocked the way they blocked the other day and 24 can stay healthy throughout the year, bro, the bus doesn't now he's not McCaffrey, but hell, the kid ran hard. He can tote the pill, and it's just like any other team. Dog, if you got good running backs, and Kyle Shanahan is a great offensive genius. He know how to plug in and play. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, McCaffrey need this. Depending on how bad it is, and if he can play the latter part of the season, that's going to make them even dangerous because now he's fully healthy and they can still win. They can win without him. So just keep playing the way they're playing. Now, is it going to be more pressure on Purdy? Not that much because he's still got the skill positions. He's still got the people around him that can still make plays. All he got to do is just don't turn the ball over. So at the end of the day, let that young man who ran the ball 24 continue to run the ball and keep doing what you've been doing because it's been working for you.
Yeah, I think it only hurts them really in the passing game because I think you still have to account for CMC in the passing game. You can go in the slot, you can throw him a slant route. Like he's that athletic to be able to affect the passing game. And I think that's where I think it will hurt the 49ers there. But from a rushing standpoint, I think they're fine because now you can still use Debo as running back like they've always used. The young kid on number 24 was still running hard. So, yeah, I don't think there'll be a big drop-off, but I think they will miss CMC in the passing game.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think it's going to be a drop-off at all. As long as you guys still got Debo, you still got the left tackle. You still got the core of your players. They were good without C-Mac beforehand. They still made it to the Super Bowl without C-Mac. Mm-hmm. So C-Mac, to me, doesn't do anything else. His young kids run the ball. He totes the ball well. Got a great O-line. Defense is playing well, playing pretty good football. I don't see no drop-off. A great mind like Shanahan calling the plays, and he gets those eyes open. I don't think. I just it's good to rest him now, get him fully healthy. Yeah. So then when he finally gets on to the field, he's prepared, he's 100% healthy, and you start making your playoff run. Get to the regular season, try to get him as healthy as possible. With playoff run and go to bowl. I want to know is why did it take so long for them to figure this out? Yeah. Seems like his health was an issue a long time ago.
And it was.
What was it raining because it can't pop up in the preseason?
Yep.
It's been going on the entire time. So why did it take them this long to go ahead and say, man, we're gonna put you on injury reserve? Were they waiting to see what the kid's gonna do from a running back perspective first? Then make that decision? I don't know. I think you're right about that. Home. Say it again.
I think you're right about that. I think they wanted to wait to see what 24 can do, just in case they had to go get somebody off the street. So I think
that's what's going on. Why would they wait so long just to make the decision?
Don't want to mess around. Ask KD. that calf soreness, pop your Achilles. Yeah, take your time. Bro. If you got to sit him for the next after the 4 games, another 2-3, right? Like I said, it's a marathon. You feel like you got a good enough team to where, the last 7-8 games of the season, you can make a stretch run. Look at the Rams last year. They were barely 500 and went on like a 6-7 game win streak down the stretch. So ain't got in the playoffs. So if I'm 49ers, I'm definitely playing safe, man. He got too much money invested in CMC.
Right.
Just trade one. And plus it's not like they're in a division where it's murderous row. Where we
got a division.
It's solid other than the Rams. I mean, I know Arizona looked
Seattle.
Good, somewhat, Seattle's improved, but I think it's a 2-man team race in the West with the Rams and them. But we got some time. We'll take my time.
I think the one thing you're really gonna run into an issue could be possibly is the fact that when you're trying to get to the playoff race, you want to make sure that you get a pretty good seed. You don't want to be in a seed where you have to travel, or you don't want to be in a seed where you don't get to play your first game at home. Yeah. All right, and that bye means everything. So
it does.
That's the only thing I can see. But by that time, they should be in a good position. I don't see anything really affecting that at this juncture. But that's interesting news. The fact that they finally put him on injury reserve. They should have been did that, man. So let me ask you a quick question. Ray, like you saw some of the quarterback plays that happened this past week. Which quarterback you think going to go to the bench? What in the world is he?
Boy, he had a nice little sneeze. But
Yeah.
you got the boogers out your nose, dog.
Yeah.
I had to cough, man. I had to cough.
Which quarterback you think you gonna? Which quarterback? Which quarterback do you think is gonna get benched first? I'm gonna give you the names.
Go ahead.
Daniel Jones, Will Levis, or Bryce Young.
If I'm the New York Giants, it's time to warm up Danny DeVito. He's still on the team? Yes, he's the backup quarterback. So it's time to warm him up, bro. Daniel Jones is the guy that would be benched first out of those three. Bryce Young, you invested the number one pick, got all the trades, so he has a long leash.
Did you watch the Saints game?
Yeah, I watched the game. It looked underwhelming for him. Like, I just don't know.
Was underwhelming, or he looked.
It looks like the game is too big for him for whatever reason. And I like Bryce at Alabama, dog. The ball is cold. For whatever reason, bro, it just looked like he's not transitioning well to the NFL for whatever. And he looks smaller than he just looked even smaller now. Like for whatever reason, I think he has some decent weapons, but he just don't look comfortable back there. For whatever reason, man. And he's a good quarterback. Like I think I still believe in him. I just hope that the Carolina Panthers don't have like buyer's remorse, but you got to continue to build and put pieces around him. And they did that drafting Leggett. Adam Thielen is still solid. But I truly believe the first QB will be benched will be Danny Jones. Daniel Jones. He's just not it, bro. Like they just need to cut bait and move on.
Man, look. Daniel Jones, period. That dude horrible, bro. He's just horrible. And the Giants let David Cutcliffe, influence that draft pick. That was a bad draft pick. I don't know what he saw. I mean, yes, it was his guy at Duke, but when you watch the film, he wasn't that great at Duke. And now it's like, and then you pay him, don't pay Saquon, and it's like the dude is done. I mean, he's done. As for Bryce, I think Bryce Young is second. But what I'll say about Bryce Young is this: Carolina didn't do him no justice. You got rid of DJ Moore, you sent him to Chicago. You got rid of like a lot of offensive linemen. They left Carolina. So really, Bryce Young was put in a position not to win. Like you don't have nothing around him. Yeah, you got Leggett, but Leggett wasn't that dude. He ain't nobody you're gonna be afraid of coming from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you gotta be afraid of? Nobody was afraid of him in college. So it's not like they giving Bryce Young to work with. Will Levis, though, you got D-Hop. You got your man Pollard. You got the boy from Alabama. What's his name?
You talking about
Ridley? Jacksonville. He got kicked out for
Ridley. I just said it. Ridley.
So he got people around him. So I'm like, I don't know why he's playing bad. He has people around him.
Interception he threw was god awful.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, y'all winning. Y'all winning the game.
He threw the ball off his knees and he threw it out there. And he just took the sack.
And that's my thing. We want to come down on Bryce. Bryce ain't working with nothing, bro. He's not working with nothing.
Yeah,
he don't have nothing around him. He don't have nothing around him.
But he does need to make better passes, though. The one interception he threw, when he basically just threw it to the Saints player. I don't know if that was a miss. I don't know if the Panthers should have a little bit more in depth. It's sort of like the same throw Tua threw when on Thursday night when he threw the ball over the receiver head, Chosen's head, and he got it off. It seemed like maybe they're off center on what they want to do as far as the philosophy on that play. So, but he's got to do a better job. He's definitely got to do. I mean, you want to start out by throwing it to your team and start throwing it to other people's teams.
But yeah, Daniel Jones, my guy. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. I think it's Daniel Jones will be the first person to get benched. I just don't see them being able to stick with him. I think they get off that contract at the end of the season. So they're dead on the cap one, and that's why they even keep him. The fact they chose him over Saquon is absolutely travesty.
Yeah.
So now you're starting to see the issue. So yeah, I would definitely choose to bench him first and then move on. move off that contract, move on from there. Then definitely Will Levis. Will Levis, I mean, the interception he's throwing got awful. So I went from there to Will Levis. Then Bryce, man, you're on lookout, brother. You're on deck. You gotta start playing better. Yeah. And then Kirk Cousins. All right. I mean, so pedestrian. Now the O-line didn't do the greatest job, and I wasn't impressed with our O-line, especially running the ball. You know, we got one of the best lines, especially running the ball in the league. But they didn't look great. The defense looked great to me. I think we do have a top 5 defense, but the O-line didn't look great. So he did have a lot of pressure, but I mean, even when he didn't have pressure, he wasn't throwing the ball well. So they definitely got to do a better job of that. All right. But yeah, so Kurt, you definitely come on bad games. You look bad against the Eagles. Knowing that everybody can throw against the Eagles, it's gonna be a problem. All right, man. Ray. So let's go into this next. Let's go transition to Caleb Williams' first game. What did you see? I think he had 95 yards passing.
That's struggle. That's giving him a 2.
Struggle mildly in that game. Give me your thoughts. What was your thoughts on his play?
I thought it was a typical performance by a first-time rookie quarterback. I mean, and there's no slight.
Was you expecting him to have a great game, though?
I expect him to play better from a passing standpoint. 93 yards in an NFL game, and you got 29 passes. The worst quarterbacks pass for more than that, bro. That part is pathetic, right? Knowing all the weapons that he have, Komet at tight end, Keenan Allen, Adunke, you got DJ Moore, right? Like, you have weapons and only throw 93 yards. And I'm going to give Tennessee credit, right? Tennessee is going to probably end up being one of the better defenses in the league. So it's not that for all that he struggled against them. But even if you're playing a top-notch defense, you're going to pass for more than 93 yards, especially if you're getting 29 passing attempts.
Right.
That part is pathetic. But like you said, man, first game at home, I'm sure you say you don't get nervous, but you got to feel like you're nervous playing at home first game.
Right.
Number 1 pick, you're believed to be the savior for
Bears.
The Bears.
Right.
You're the highest rated QB they've had in their franchise. So I'm going to give them a long leash, man, first game. But Tennessee is going to be no slouch. So yeah, but he could pass for a lot more yards though.
Yeah, I chalk it up to the first game jitters. They look at it, like you say, they look at him to be the savior for the Bears. He got weapons. I just think the first game overwhelmed him. Stepping on the field, you're the number 1 pick. Everybody looking at you to say, okay, the Bears are back. They're looking at him to get them to the playoffs and probably, coming, win the division, or at least come in second division to have a chance at the playoffs. So I think he'll be more settled in this week. It's not going to be an easy week because they're going to Houston and they're going to see that man down in Houston, the QB down in Houston. So he's going to have to play better than what he played against Tennessee because, like I said, he's coming up against another hardcore defense in the Texans, and being a young guy, the blitz, different kind of for a different kind of schemes and everything is going to come at him. But he needs to pass way more than 90-some yards. The defense bailed him out this time, but he got to play better. Period.
Yeah, man. I think what he didn't realize is that he looked at the game as what he was doing in the preseason, the spin around, running around, the reverse, and then running that, having a touchdown. He was literally doing everything that fundamentally is unsound, and was still having positive gains or positive yards or even scoring a touchdown. Now he realized there's a game speed in preseason, then there's a game speed in regular season, and then there's gonna be another speed that he's gonna have to deal with in the playoffs if they make it to the playoffs. And I think he didn't realize that, and it showed in that game against the Titans. And that's one thing I noticed about it. He was probably thinking to say, well, it's going to be pretty much the same. And he didn't realize that now these guys are playing for paychecks. Like preseason, they play for a check, but they really playing for paychecks at this point. It was fast, it was quick, it was too fast for him. He didn't know what to do. And at times, that's why he got smacked the way he did when he got hit. That's why he struggled. And that's the issue for him. You're going to have to understand and settle in a little bit more and know that there's 2 different speeds, and he looked like a rookie He did not look like no transcendent talent. He looked like somebody that was struggling and trying to figure it out. And yeah, he was missing wide open receivers because the game speed was rushing him up. They made him play faster than he really wanted to. And so he just got to get his feet up on them. That's all. And get a better understanding of how they're going to attack him. But yeah, he's going to learn. He had to learn that day.
And then you got to realize, like I said, now the teams are not playing the starters at all in the whole preseason. Right. So, and then he had an extra game. Bears had an extra preseason game this year. But like I said, just a lot of teams are not playing starters anymore. Like I said,
and they playing a lot of vanilla coverages.
Yeah, they're not trying to show nothing. But yeah, he gonna be all right, man. But like I said, the things he was doing, spinning around, this ain't Tecmo Bowl. This ain't a video game. Like you ain't playing in USC no more, Oklahoma. Like these kids get paid money too to perform. So you got to step your game up, Caleb.
And I think this is where the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach is very important. It's very important right now that they coach them up. Like James said, you're not gonna be out there spinning around doing the two-step, the Charleston two-step, because guess what? These dudes gonna hurt you, bro. Yeah, these people gonna hurt you. So you gotta be mindful that, bro, all that running around, you're gonna get hurt. You are going to get hurt. So so this is where I think film study, I think QB coach and offensive coordinator, this is gonna be very important for his career right now to just get him settled in and understand how to read things and how to move around.
Absolutely. Before you get his head knocked off. All right, so back to one of our favorite parts of our podcast. We do verify, have our questions that we like to reintroduce back to our audience, but we like to put out questions that we may deem disrespectful at times, or may deem it as it can be fair. That's what we call fair foul. So we got two questions for today. First question is, Lamar made a statement. It wasn't his responsibility to get the ball to the receiver. I think the receiver being Marvin Harrison Jr. wide open, running down the field. They probably would throw. They would have tied the game and won the game. I think they would have won it if he had made that throw. And some people say he was pressured. Not necessarily. I watched the play. He wasn't. The guy was wide open. So D, man, give me your thoughts. Was it fair or foul that he made that type of statement, knowing that he just missed it? It was a great error, and it is not his responsibility to get the ball to the receiver or give the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr.
It's foul. Like, dude, you the quarterback. You get the ball to the open man. If the man open and Kyler Murray being a veteran, dude, you trying to win. You know what I'm saying? You trying to win games. You ain't just sitting there trying to just be playing football just to be playing. If that was the case, you should have went to the organization and say, don't draft this man. You see what I'm saying? This man came there ready to play. Like, don't draft this man if you're not going to get him the ball. This kid is a special talent. Everybody saw it when he was at Ohio State. He came to you to be beneficial to you. Take your game to another level. You should be 1-0. So for you to say that, well, goddamn, what I need to be here for? Trade me. You see what I'm saying? Trade me. You got me here. You picked me. I expect them to get the ball, especially when I'm open. So at the end of the day, I think it's foul, and I think Kyler Murray need to check himself.
Yeah, it's definitely foul. Like you said, you're the leader of the team, bro, and it's your responsibility. I don't care what play called. Marvin Harrison is option number 1, 1A, 1B, and C, and then everybody else gonna get whatever they get. You know what I'm saying? For him to make that type of comment, it just shows the type of leader he is, honestly. So I'm not surprised. Same way when they put that little clause in his contract about playing video games. Like, so for me, his comment, shit, I wouldn't expect nothing less out of Kyler Murray, bro, honestly, though. I feel bad for Marvin Harrison Jr. But at the end of the day, the comment was foul, but I'm not surprised by his comments and his leadership.
Yeah, he's got to do better, bro. I mean, people already having doubts in his leadership, his play, and his study habits. You need a playmaker like Marvin Harrison Jr. You need a guy like him to play big so that you guys can be successful on the field. In translation, you want to win. So I don't get it. I didn't even understand that. Like I just don't understand why I hate that statement. Was you trying to say it's up to the offensive coordinator to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr.? But at the end of the day, you could just say, man, I missed him. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Right. And I think people would have been happy with that because it made sense. Yeah, you missed him. We all watched it. I saw he was wide open. So, like, at this point, what do you gain making that type of statement? So this is foul, man. Like, listen, just play ball, bro. Like, that is so many things about him people question. Right? He's already small in stature. He's already having an issue as far as people think he doesn't study well. They don't seem like players don't want to play with him. He's got to now start like focusing on building good relationship, having a successful relationship with his receivers, his teammates, and go and show that on the field that you can win. Because right now he ain't winning either.
Exactly.
So come on, man. Come on. I like him. I think he's a playmaker. I think he can really, 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 if he just settle in and he has a great skill set, he can throw any type of pass. Man, he be saying some weirdo, stupid stuff sometimes. Like, it should be like, I don't even understand it. Anybody got any final thoughts on this one?
Nah, man, I'm not surprised by that boy, bro.
All right, so let's get into our next fair foul question. This is really for Keon, but since he's not here, we got another New Orleans son of New Orleans son, the peanut himself, the 11th ward. Lil Wayne be the headliner for the next Super Bowl in New Orleans. Was it fair or did it not make him the headliner?
I think it's foul because the precedence has what Rock Nation has set since they've taken over during the Super Bowl. You gave Dr. Dre with LA, which was amazing. I'm sure that increased the buzz of the Super Bowl. He brought out Snoop. Yeah, he put 50 and he brought Kendrick out. To now come back 2 years, 3 years, the third year after that. Now you put Kendrick again. I think it's foul for that. And I know a lot of people are yelling, well, why y'all wasn't yelling in 2013? Because Rock Nation was over the Super Bowl, right? So the NFL was putting Kiss and, Maroon 5. Like, that's why people wasn't yelling in 2013 because they had no interest in the halftime show because they knew the NFL wasn't going to put nothing on for the black people, right? Now that Rock Nation is all involved, I think it would have been a nice gesture to put Wayne. I think Wayne can perform. I think he can elevate his game, and I'm sure him looking at the previous, people that have performed, I'm sure he probably would have upped his game. Wayne ain't no dummy. He's been in the game a long time. But I think they should have gave him the nod over Kendrick. Because like I said, Kendrick was just there 2.5 years ago. That performed at least 2 songs. It ain't a whole show, but at the end of the day, I know K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, he gonna perform, he gonna give an amazing show. But I think they probably should just gave it to Wayne, bro, just off GP because what they did to LA.
Hey, D, can I go next?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, shut it down.
D, can I go next?
Go ahead, bro.
Man, it's fair.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all talking about. Are we talking about the Super Bowl? Or are we talking about Louisiana Fest?
Louisiana Fest gonna be fire.
What we talking about? Like, what are we really trying to talk about here? Like, the Super Bowl is not from New Orleans.
But it's a big stage. It's been in New Orleans, bro. And
so what?
Wayne, one of the GOATs, greatest of all time MC.
So what? First of all, the comparison between Dr. Dre performing in LA and Lil Wayne is even equivalent. It doesn't even align.
I don't think it's about equivalent. I'm just saying because
you use that as an example.
Because it's in LA.
So what?
Hometown kid.
So what?
And Dre. I think that's what people probably looking at.
So you look at.
I'm not even looking at.
If you look at California from a state perspective, or the music from California from that perspective, the sound of California, the sound of LA is Dre.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of the music in California, you think of the music in LA, you think of Dr. Dre, you think of Snoop Dogg. But Dre also has a very diverse catalog. That's why he had Mary J on the stage. He had Snoop on the stage. He had Eminem on the stage. When Eminem came up there, you didn't think Detroit. Like, you just thought because he has a different sound. Then Kendrick got on there. But I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they didn't. So even though Rock Nation was a part of it, they chose Coldplay over Outkast. But Outkast music catalog was so diverse, they should have went with Outkast. But at the end of the day, when he was in Atlanta, but at the end of the day, it's still for me. I don't see the issue with it because I feel like when Kendrick is having a great run, which they've also done, by the way, when the guy's having a great run, they did that. Only person I noticed that they wasn't having the kind of was sitting at home just taking care of the kids was Rihanna. Yeah. And that's the first person that's the only one, but she has a great music catalog, right? So anything with The Weeknd. The Weeknd has a great music catalog, right? And so they're choosing people who have these catalogs.
So you saying Wayne don't have a catalog?
Is it bigger than Drake?
I mean, that could be a good debate.
No, it isn't.
Drake's catalog is because of other people and what he's produced.
What he's produced or not? Is it
Drake's catalog deep too, though? No, we're not gonna go there. We know the catalog is deep.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. What song that and that's not with Drake and Nicki that on a world stage you can play that Lil Wayne where everybody's gonna be rocking with it?
A million.
That's it. Okay.
I mean, if I'm looking at some songs, I'm sure I could come up with a couple more.
Okay, so let's remind
DJ is an anthem.
Let's go. But that's an anthem in the Black community, right? Okay, so let's go back to last year. Well, yes, earlier this year. Usher's performance.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't perform everything.
Yeah.
But he performed the stuff that's top charting.
Absolutely.
Right?
I get it.
And do Lil Wayne have anything? Is Lil Wayne and Usher's catalog even close?
Two different genres.
Is it close? It's not about genres. It's about success and appeal. Is it close?
It depends on who you're talking to, dog. Honestly, if you're talking to a hip hop person versus an R&B,
hey, no way, bro.
Both of them got a catalog.
Hey, no way. Lil Wayne is not playing for the Black community only.
Wayne got,
and that's the problem.
He got songs for white people too, though.
Bro. But it ain't big though.
I think he got a catalog.
Though. It ain't big, bro. It ain't big, bro. It ain't.
I respect your opinion.
I think it's fair.
When you just making your opinion on catalogs,
I'm looking at it from a success appeal and beyond. It just he's had. Listen, I'm not taking away from him. The dude has had great success, and Wayne is a GOAT, bro. But the thing is, I wasn't upset like the way everybody else was upset about them making that choice. I was not.
Yeah, I'm not upset. I'm pissed.
No, I'm talking about. We're not talking about you. I'm talking about when you're in general, or you look across network, you look across the social media, you see that. Yeah. But I personally felt like Lil Wayne's music, I was like, I got why they didn't do it. I mean, it's not. And then name something Wayne put out that's hit the mark in the last 10 years.
Yeah, he's been quiet. Unless it's
so now you really only affecting what he's done in the past. So why didn't have him? They put Beyonce Wayne in.
They could have, and then people that like see favoritism picking Beyonce.
No, they did. They picked Wayne.
But Beyonce
2013
was it 2013? But yeah, I say Rock Nation wasn't involved then.
But it don't matter. Could have picked Wayne then when Wayne was his run. Why they didn't pick Wayne?
But I just think the NFL was over it. They wasn't really trying to book no hip hop acts like they're doing now. Right, so I'm gonna give them. I'm not gonna even complain about 2013 because they wasn't putting hip hop on there like that.
They put Beyonce on there,
but she's not hip hop. Like she's not a rapper like Lamar, Drake, Snoop, 50. Like she's not that. Like she's more mass appeal, urban.
You know, she has a song called Soldier, right?
I get it, but she's not hip hop.
Who's on that song?
Who's that song? Is it T.I.?
Lil Wayne.
And who else? Wayne. Hey, why she didn't bring Wayne out then?
Yeah, I don't know, dog.
Perform that song.
They could. I mean. Yeah, but I get your opinion. You know, Kendrick gonna kill it. I mean, you know, Kendrick is hot right now, just like they did Usher last year, because Usher was smoking.
Smoke, dog. At the end of the day, I have no problem with them choosing Kendrick. I don't see the issue with everybody's trying to make it. I feel like the one they kind of pre Kendrick because now we made the issue about Wayne and not celebrating Kendrick being selected for the Super Bowl, which is a big deal. But then now. You go from there to now, and then Wayne, I get it, and he put out a statement say he wasn't prepared for not being selected. But apparently, where the process works, they create a list. Rock Nation create a list. They provide the list to a committee in New Orleans, in New Orleans, a selection committee in New Orleans, and the selection committee from New Orleans picked that person. They didn't pick Wayne.
They should be pissed too.
So at the end of the day,
they could have went like a Just like how LA kind of put like a collective. You could have threw something like that. PJ Morton. Like you got a lot of Louisiana legends that they could have pulled out of the bag if you want to make it. If you ain't want to just be Wayne himself, you know.
Let me ask you this question: when you go to New Orleans, you think about New Orleans music and the culture. You just think about Wayne.
No, too
that's
deep.
The problem.
The catalog too
that's
deep
in
Louisiana.
No, that's the problem. When you think about LA,
you don't think just
first
Kendrick. You ain't thinking Kendrick.
No, but the first thing I'm talking about, but you thinking Drake?
Yeah, you think Dre, Snoop.
So, like, you know what I mean? That's the first thing you're gonna think, right? Yeah. So when they picked Dre, it made sense. But when you think about New Orleans music culture, you don't think about Wayne.
But you think, and that time we gotta let you. I know you get you in there, but you think if it wasn't in LA, you think they would have picked Drake?
I think eventually they end up picking Drake. I think the LA settlement helps.
Yeah.
Right. But when you think about New Orleans, you don't think about Wayne. What Wayne don't sound like from New Orleans. It don't sound New Orleans. His only thing is sound New Orleans maybe his cadence in his voice. But when you look at his sound of his music, it does not sound like New Orleans. Go ahead, D. I'm sorry, man.
No, y'all good. That was a good discussion. And I see both sides. Because originally when I first saw it, I'm like, damn, bro, they could have had P, Wayne, all them boys come out together and be like a combination. Like a combination. But now that James said his side, I see both sides. I see why Wayne can feel some kind of way. But then if you choose Wayne, Master P can feel some kind of way because, you know, he got his, you know what I'm saying? Master P had it rolling. Like this joker putting out CDs every goddamn week. You see what I'm saying? So it's a tough
man. They ain't picking no damn Master P.
No. I'm not. No, listen what I'm saying.
Why would they pick him?
No, I'm not saying they just pick him by himself. I'm just saying they could have did a combination. You had the Hot Boys, Master P, them doing it together. But at the end of the day,
and this is the thing about the Hot Boys argument, and this is the reason why I keep making this statement. The Hot Boys is local.
Yeah,
we know about the Hot Boys.
True.
The South knows about the Hot Boys.
They're not Super Bowl ready.
No,
and I agree.
Then you got Baby coming on there talking crazy. Hey, and I think Essence didn't help him.
Oh my God,
that didn't help the case of why should we put him on a bigger stage like the Super Bowl with all the millions of sponsors. That definitely didn't help him. You know, Baby gonna talk crazy no matter what. He feel like he run the world and do and say what he want. You know,
and then I'm gonna come on and say I want it. I like it hot. I want to hot eat dicks. Like what? Like hold on, man. What? How can you say that out loud, man? On the Super Bowl. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like
for us it would have been lovely, but nah.
I keep saying this. Like I'm trying to tell people, like I love Wayne music. I ain't gonna hate on Wayne. I love his music. We gotta be honest. People really thought they gonna put Wayne on there. Like where? How?
And it comes down to business too. It comes down to business.
It's always business.
It's business. It's business. Yeah, it's business.
And people mad. They really upset. Man, Nicki Minaj going on this rant.
She playing her role as team. You know, she playing the role as team. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually proud of Nicki for standing up for Wayne, bro, because she could have easily stayed silent. But
what I like, but I can't say this though. I like how Jay handled it. I'm just gonna ignore him. It is what it is.
You know, Jay not going to do none of that shit.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
Behind the scenes, or but other than that, he never gonna come out publicly and talk about it at all. Because they were just chilling at the Fanatics event in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like less than a month ago.
But this is the thing though. It's not Jay's fault.
It is what it is.
But like Jane said though, if the city chose Kendrick, then that tells you everything you need to know. If they make the final decision,
what it is.
If the city make the final decision, then you need to get mad with the city. You don't need to get mad with Jay.
And I don't think Wayne, like I said, and this is his thing on IG, bro. He's hurt. Like, he feel like he could have been on it. I don't think he mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he should be mad at Jay or anybody, bro. But at the end of the day, the decision is the decision. You're never gonna win them all. At the end of the day, stop you from being one of the greatest of all time. And look, go out Louisiana Fest November 2nd, bro, and rock the show.
Yeah.
And prove like why you should have been there. That's all you guys do is keep rolling, bro. Keep evolving. And just go from there. You can't win them all.
Can't win them all, man. So, that's just my statement on that one. All right, let's dive into the arrest that happened, the rest that heard around the world, man. With my boy Hill down in Miami trying to go to the game. Probably do a little speed. Apparently he was going 60 in a 40 or 30. You know what I mean? Trying to get to the game, and because he was a little late and got pulled over, and we saw what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Ray, start us off here. Like, what were your thoughts once you actually got all the information? What was your thoughts on what happened with Hill and him getting arrested?
Honestly, bro, he brought it on himself, and you don't excuse the excessiveness that the officer and the officers use, but police are human too, right? When they stopped him, he's talking back and forth, they going back and forth, then he rolls the window up. And I think once they roll the window up, now you kind of show the officer up. Now the officer feel played that this motherfucker trying to disrespect me. And I know the officer knew who he was, right? I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. He rolled the window up, still talking. They going back and forth. He rolled it down a little bit and then rolled it back up again. Officer knocks on the door. Now he pissed. Now at that point, now you have agitated him to his festivity, highest, and they handled him how he handled. Now that definitely was foul because there was no threat of Hill having a weapon or anything for them to pull him out of the car, throw him on the ground, knee in his back. Like they roughed him up from that point, but I just think both sides were definitely at fault. I believe the cop should be fired because of the excessiveness. Like he didn't even have to go that far. Like you knew who he was, regardless if he's a celebrity or not. It could have been one of us. You in no threat, no danger to kneel in his back. You handcuffed him, but you still roughing him up. Then the other cop put his arm around his neck to sit him on the curb. That part was just way too.
It's crazy. He played.
You know, did he?
Yeah, he played.
So like then you got Calais Campbell coming in to help. I later read he got handcuffed on him. You give another cat, Jonnu Smith, a ticket for trying to just be there and help out. Like it just was a way big blown situation, bro. But if I'm Hill, he should take accountability of it too, because how you reacted caused another reaction and they just went overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunate situation, man. Glad everything just kind of cooled down. He was able to go play the game, but you know, you got to be accountable for the action.
He had a great game too. Like
he went
120.
So but you got to be accountable for your action that caused the reaction that everybody has uproar on.
All right, first of all, the joint was crazy. Second of all, this is the thing. There's no law that says you have to roll your window down. There's no law, so you have to roll your window down. That's one. Two, I gave you my ID and my registration. The dude who pulled them over ain't the dude who was giving them the most problems. That's the issue that I got. The dude who pulled them over, he went and did his job. It's the other two characters. Want to show that they has, you know, I'm a tough guy. And I'm just like, come on, man. At the end of the day, you knocked on the man's glass. He done gave the officer his stuff. Just like with Calais Campbell. The dude said, okay, I'm about to get in the car. No, you're not dealing with him no more. You're dealing with me. That means you trying to, you making the situation worse. You know what I'm saying? You making this one guy make the situation worse. So I'm just like, look, bro. Yeah, it could have been, I think both sides could have handled it differently. But the dude who pulled him over was calm-headed. He didn't try to go overboard with it. But the other dudes try to get all upset. I'm like, bro, you got to figure out a way. Like I don't know what it is, but if that was anybody else, they probably wouldn't have acted the same way. So I'm just like, I think it's just a bad situation. I'm glad nobody didn't get hurt. But like they said, they knew who he was. Period.
Yeah. My thing is, let's say it's Tyreek Hill. Let's say Tyreek is, you know, I mean, let's say he's an asshole, right? You know, smart Alex that, you know, say little snipey things, a little rude. Whether he's all that and above or none of the above, well, I never understood from a police standpoint, you're supposed to be trained to know how to deal with any type of situation. Why they always take it so far?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to put be the trained professional in this position that allows you to deal with people who are rude, who are annoying, who can be disrespectful at times, out of line, an asshole. Why you don't never like? Why is that always an issue? Only for that's within the black community when you do have rude people. And it's white people rude, but why do you not know how to deal with those people? And they be always like, we're human. No, you supposed to be. You take extensive training on dealing with people who have attitude problems, situational things, and beyond. And yet you still take it so far. I don't understand that. I cannot, it just does not register to me that you need to take it to that level, even though you're supposed to be the person, the trained professional. It bothers me to my core. Now, was he right? I don't know. Was it hot? Because I'd have cut the window up too if it was hot. But was right as much as he went about it. He was late. He was rude, and he probably should be a little bit more courteous to the police officer and hand it to him like, here you go, sir. Hand him up, roll your window. Now, I was just not knocking on the window, say, no, can you roll the window back down? I probably would have said, if you know the law very well, I would say, no, sir, I don't have to. Right? Pertain to the law. I don't know if he asked me because there's just tent on his window, he couldn't see in there. I really don't know the reason why, right? And like D said, you know, that's not the case, then you don't need to be, you don't have no authority to make a window down. But I just don't understand why they got to deal with situations better. But I mean, yeah, Tyreek should have did. He could have handled himself a lot more professional, right? He do it. He said it afterwards. I could have handled myself better.
Yeah, I think it wouldn't escalate if he different.
Yeah, he was on his asshole stuff. He was late. He didn't understand why they pulled him over. But the police all act like he didn't know him.
Yeah,
and you know that dude.
And the dude said his name. The dude said his name. Like, that's Tyreek Hill. And I think that's what escalated the joint. When he said it was Tyreek Hill, he like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him, football player too. Yeah, I'm gonna show him. Yeah, I'm gonna show him.
I don't know what the house would be thinking, man. It'll be interesting to ask a couple about this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, to get
I love to bring a police officer on and have that conversation with them
that perspective
and give us a perspective of why do situations go to that level? Why is it constant like that? I mean, so I'd love to have that conversation and get to know why police officers continuously have to go to that level and take it to such a rude position and things, and you're getting pulled over and you're getting pulled out your car and you're getting physically assaulted at that point. And like I said, Tyreek did a better job because he put his teammates in a particular situation, right? Where they got handcuffed and they got a citation and they got detained for no reason, but just couldn't help him.
Yeah,
he's got to do a better job. He's definitely got to do a better job, right? And so you just can't put people in that type of situation. All right, man. Let's talk about a little bit what happened. We saw Thursday night football, Dolphins, Bills. Let's talk about it. The Tua situation and getting a concussion. These start us off, man. What's your thoughts on that? And what do you think, from Tua's standpoint, do you think Tua should ever play football again?
Man, look, when you get concussed and your body locks up the way Tua body locked up Thursday night, you got to take an evaluation of yourself. And don't get me wrong, I think Tua playing with Miami, playing with McDaniel is a perfect situation for him. But, bro, every concussion you done had has been real bad, bro. Like from a standpoint of like, dude, you done locked up on the field, hands locked up, body locked up. And I just think Tua needs to go to the Miami Dolphins, see how much of that guaranteed money, percentage of that guaranteed money they're willing to give him to just move on. Because, bro, you got kids, bro. You can't be so selfish to the point to where you want to be here for your kids. You want to see your kids grow up. You want to, we know football is a violent game, but you done had 3 concussions in the last 2 years, and they've been real violent concussions where everything just locked up, and people looking like, man, this dude gonna die on TV, bro. You got to let it go. I just think you just need to move on see if you can stay in the NFL by, being a QB coach or, working in the front office. But I just think you need to move on.
Yeah, it's time. Like I said, you don't know if he's gonna die not on the field. Like I said, the hands cramping up. It's just his reaction to the concussions. This last one, it wasn't even a hard hit, and he was concussed, and his body reacted to it, man. And football is a violent sport. We've all played it at certain levels. And football players just play, bro. Like it's just something you've been dreaming of for a long time. That cats that make it to the NFL, they love. Like, so you'll be hurt. You'll some of them probably say, man, I'll die to play. But at the end of the day, you gotta look at the NFL life is 3-4 years anyway. You're still a young man when you do retire in your mid-30s. How am I going to be affected by this if I'm Tua when I'm 40, 50, 60 years old? Right. And you see a lot of these NFL players, they look bad, man. Hands are deformed, limping, a lot of health issues. So for him, man, I'm not going to say he should give it up, but he has to think hard and really think not only just about himself. Sometimes you got to think about, be selfless, bro, and just think about yourself and your family and just the long-term effects of it, bro. Because like, it wasn't a hard hit, right? He shouldn't even lowered his head. He should have just dove to the left. He dove and ran right toward Hamlin. But if he can take a regular hit like that, man, then it may be time.
I have a different position. I feel like if he's cleared to play, he should play. There's studies that say that concussions cause CTE. Bless you. But there's no study that tells you how many concussions cause CTE. I do feel like the locking of hands normally comes from the fact that he's been someone say knocked out, lack of a better technical term. But I don't. If he cleared the play, he should play. If the doctors say that, because he's gonna have, you're gonna have, whether it's one concussion, whether it's 5 concussion, you're gonna have some recourse issues when you get older. It's gonna happen. So that's a guarantee, right? And so I think Ryan Clark made a great statement about this. About, man, I've had more than 2 of them. And he's out here, he's on TV. I think the same thing with man, I can't think of it. Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman was retired because of concussion. So Steve Young, they may have thousands of them. I mean, not thousands, excuse me. They may have 10, 5, 4 or 5. We don't know how many concussions they've actually had because at the time they weren't tracking concussions like we do today. So I'm just at a point where I'm not gonna tell another man what he should and should not do. I feel like if the doctor say he's good, he should be good. Yeah. But if that's the case, if that's not the case, then he shouldn't play. If the doctors clear you and you're able to get out there and do what you need to do, and go ahead. Now, do you need to slide? Yes. I don't know. I can't say that he was not hard or not. I think because Hamlin came down with his forearm and hit him, strike him across the head, and that made it for him. Maybe he gets a different hand. I don't know. What he needs to do is protect himself better. But if it's a situation where I gotta tell you to do it, I'm not gonna do it. I think for him, he's got to figure it out.
I just think the thing that.
Go ahead, bro.
I think the thing that worries me the most with Tua though is that lockup. That lockup looks so scary, dog. And you're right. We don't know how many concussions like Troy had, before he retired. We like Ryan Clark said, he done had over 2. It's just I just think the lockup is for me. But if he's cleared to play. And I'm pretty sure if he gets cleared, Tua's going to play.
Right.
I just really do believe that if he gets cleared, he's going to play. But like you said, he needs to learn how to slide and maneuver in a way that, what I'm saying, it won't happen again.
Right.
But like you said, we just don't know.
Yeah, just don't know. All right, man. Get to one of our favorite parts of our podcast.
Now it's time for the Arguing Brothers NFL Pick'ems.
All right, folks. Do not use our picks for game purposes at all. We're not great at this. This is the first pick'ems of the year. So do not, once again, disclaimer, do not use us for your gambling picks because you will lose. Absolutely. All right, D, you know what it is. You started off. Rays next. I finished it. Let's get it going. 49ers versus Vikings. D, who you got?
Let me get the Niners.
Yeah, I got the Niners, bro. Too much.
I definitely very close game, but I got the Niners winning this one. All right, Seahawks versus Pats. You got D.
The Seahawks.
Yeah, week 1 was a Cinderella story for the Pats, but it ends. So I got Seattle.
I got Pats on.
Wow.
I feel go.
The Mayo.
Saints versus Cowboys. Who you got?
I'm going with the light upset. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints.
Well, I knew you was all right with me, D Springs, but yeah, we're gonna shock them. But we're 6.5 underdog. I think the Saints gonna pull it off.
Cowboys at home. I just see too much Cowboys. Saints coming in on a wave because they beat the worst team in the league, and they're gonna lose. All right, Colts versus Packers. Who you got? D.
I'm going with the Colts. No love for the Packers.
Yeah, it's just too much Colts. Malik Willis.
Where the game's at?
In
And then Green Bay.
I'm gonna go with the Packers on this one. Josh Jacobs, a lot of Josh Jacobs gonna be in this game. Gonna feed Josh Jacobs. He probably get about 20, 25, maybe 30 carries, and they're gonna pull the game with the backup quarterback. All right, Brown versus Jags. Who you got?
I'm going with Jayville.
Duval County, baby, them Jags.
I got the Jags in this one.
I think it's Sean. So
Sean, I don't know what's going on. Boy, you need to pull your pants up, boy.
that boy,
Boy, you out there hot, boy. Like you got the lawsuit coming. You get it together, boy. But what y'all doing? What was y'all doing down in Clemson, man?
Man,
What y'all doing down in Clemson?
That's just him. That's him.
Man, that's Clemson, South Carolina. There must be something in the water down there, man. What y'all be doing down there,
bro? That's him.
Man. You went down there. You went to school there.
Hey, we ain't had them issues. We were losing too much down there, so we ain't had them kind of problems back then.
I don't know, man. Oh, that boy, they paid the price for him. Paid the cost to be the ball. All right, man. Bucks versus Lions. Who you got, D?
Going with the Lions.
Yeah, too much Detroit.
Yeah, I like Detroit. I like the fact they will go to the running game. I love that when they win a great game against them Rams. But I love when Detroit says, okay, you know what? Enough. We got the best O-line. We're going to run the ball. We got two of the best running backs in the game with Montgomery and Gibbs. And they complement each other very much so. So I got them winning that game. Bengals versus Chiefs. Big one. Big dog game.
Is it?
You got D?
Man, I got the Chiefs. No T. Higgins, no Tyler Boyd. Ain't on the team no more. They're going to double team Chase. Joe Burrow struggles again.
Yeah, it's too much. It's all KC. No running game either.
Yeah, they ain't got no, mixing. They're going to struggle again.
Yeah, I got KC winning the game. I think this is one of those type of games where they want to put an emphasis on the fact they own Bengals. People always put the Bengals with them, but it's going to be a closer game than people imagine because the Bengals do play well against them, especially in Kansas City. I can see KC pulling away at the end of the game. So, yeah, all right, man. That's our pick today.
Let's go.
Good job, fellas. All right. So where we at now? We are about to talk some college football now.
Yes, sir.
Again, we're watching the game. I got my iPad up. We got the game in front of us. We're watching this South Carolina versus LSU game. I got the YouTube TV. So I gotta have a split screen, multi-screen.
The college cast.
You can do that even on your iPad. Just give you a little. You can carry it with you. You can watch on your iPad. All right. So let's start off with tonight's game: Colorado versus Colorado State. D, start us all. Is it a must win for your boy, the legend, Coach Prime?
Yeah, bro. He better win tonight. That showing he put on last week was horrible. And like last year, they took these dudes to overtime, but they were getting their butt whooped, and Colorado State let them off the hook. I think it's going to be a physical game. I think Colorado State gonna bring it like they did last year. They're playing at home. Prime got to win this game. He lose this game, it's really on. It is really on. He has to win this game. And the rate that his offensive line is going, Shador ain't gonna make it the rest of the season. He might be going in retirement after the first 4 games. Bro, you cannot keep getting sacked like that the way he's getting hit. And I just think that Deion, he better win this game. He has to win this game.
Or else what? I don't.
Or else I don't think they'll fire him, but he really gonna be on the hot seat.
Man, listen, bro. They bought Prime there for a reason to be known again, and Prime has brought the notoriety, the money to Colorado. So one with that, people have not talked about Colorado since Cordell Stewart. So what Prime has brought to them, I think they loving it. Win and loss is gonna come and go, but tonight is not a must-win for them because at the end of the day, people know that know football know they're not a good team. It's just Prime talks a good game to draw people in to put eyes on them. But at the end of the day, people know they're not a good team. So for it to be a must-win, no, it's not a must-win situation for them because they're not gonna fire him. Colorado don't have the money like that to be firing them and paying them out and go buy another coach. Yeah, it's just what it is, man. It's not a must-win game for them.
Oh, it is very much must-win game because at some point, the buzz of having Prime at Colorado is gonna fade, and it's fading every year. That loss, every loss that they have, it fades more and more and more. The coverage comes less. You know, you're not watching the stars or the rappers at the games. You're not watching all that. You're not watching these guys showing up at Colorado doing the most. What's a boy name? What Gillian and Wallow. They're not, whatever that dude's name. They're not at the games jumping around and clowning around. You don't see Cam and all them at the games doing the most because at some point you're not gonna be the main event anymore. Yeah. It's big. Everybody was talking about all that stuff. Talk about Travis Hunter. Talk about Shador. Talk about all those things when they beat North Dakota State. Yeah. FCS team. They went to Nebraska and he couldn't block a nosebleed. Right? Then all of a sudden you notice what was happening. So they still have the same issues. They cannot run football at all. Nope. So we at that point where, like, what are you doing? Yeah. You have, not only do they have the highest turnover as far as players, y'all know they have the highest turnover as far as coaching staff. So I don't see, if he don't make it out of this and they have to fire Prime, this is his only opportunity.
You think Dave, if he had another losing season, you think he's gone?
Yes.
Fire him?
Yes. And here's another issue. I think this would be his only job if he gets fired.
Could be.
Right? So sometimes maybe he kind of should have thought this out a little bit more, picking up that job.
It wasn't a great job. We all talk about that one.
So, but if he gets fired, man, I don't think he'll get another job.
Somebody will give him somebody that's looking for a star talent to bring I think somebody may give him a shot. Somebody might
Prime back at Jackson State if he gets fired.
They don't want him. At this point, they don't want that boy back.
Because I don't see it, bro.
They're definitely struggling, bro. And then Colorado, too. Like, they're not going to get the top-notch players. And nowadays, like, you got to pay these kids nice money to have them come there. It's a business at the end of the day. And what I seen at Florida 2 weeks ago, boy, you got to have primetime facilities. You got to be paying these boys.
Hey, while we got you on here, let's talk about a little bit about that. Just that experience. How was it?
Man, it opened my eyes up to behind the scenes of what these athletes, what they're looking at on these recruitment trips. It is hard as hell to turn it down. I'm not even lie. And, a few years ago, we talked about, man, more kids need to be going to the HBCUs and D2. Mm-hmm. Bro, I do not see why. You're getting 5-6 meals a day during the week. They give you money on the weekend to eat. You got unlimited resources from NIL. The locker rooms are crazy. You walk and go grab your smoothie with the name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the amenities is right there at your fingertips. Mm-hmm. You got a barber right there, free. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, And just think about what Bama facility is looking like. Ohio State, Oregon. This is Florida. They just built the last few years. It is unmatched, dude.
So then you should Deion losing can continue, right?
He can because he can't. They can't compete. Bro. Honestly, because we've never seen college facilities, but I'm sure they can't compete with these big teams, bro. And then being on the field, bro, like a coach, man, I felt like I was a star out there. But I'm taking pictures with everybody on that thing. Dog. It's the size of these kids, dog. One cat, bro, he was running back. This kid had to be about every size, dog. I'm like, this dog, who gonna smash this little boy in the hole? No, I'm like, bro.
Apparently a lot of teams because they losing.
They losing. They got Texas A&M today, but man, you know, shout out to Georgia Luke, man, running back coach at Florida. They on the hot seat. You know, Napier.
And Chad, my boy Chad does coach on that team.
Yeah, I should have. If I'd have asked Luke about him, I would have. You know,
Chad.
Yeah, man, amazing experience, man. Once in a lifetime type deal, bro. Man, it was definitely a good.
How was the game?
Game was amazing. You know, I was talking to Bruce the other day because his son went down there for a recruiting visit the next day.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, it's no comparison night game versus the daytime. So it wasn't electric like you see on TV sometimes with the Swamp.
Yeah.
But I think, too, because they were losing and getting their behinds kicked. But it just amazing experience, man. Alums were sitting in the family section and the section pissed off. Like, man, fire them right now. This is some bullshit. Like, it was hot, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. Amazing experience, first-class experience. Definitely I was able to get down there, man. Have a good time.
Good. Yeah, that's dope to hear.
Yeah,
you got any more comments on this? You think if Deion doesn't have a great season, what do you think gonna happen to him?
I think he get fired.
This year?
Because I'm like, at the end of the day, none of his family members gonna be there. So what is his incentive to stay? Travis Hunter gone, both his sons gone. What is his incentive to stay? He done made Colorado and Boulder a whole bunch of money. What is his incentive to stay?
He's 24 years old. No, really, he is 24. Yeah, he definitely need to go. Yeah, he has no sense to stay. People say he's gonna leave. No, people think he say he's gonna stay, but a lot of people think he's gonna leave after the season. Let me ask you this question. Let's talk about Florida State really quickly though. What do you think? Do you think Mike Nolan he's gonna make it through the season, D?
Nah, he losing to Memphis today. So he down 20-9. So, bro, you lose this game, that means you done lost 2 ACC games. You over. You 0-3. You done went from losing 1 game last year to you done started out the season 0-3, and you still haven't played Clemson. You still haven't played Miami. You still haven't played Florida. Bro, you on the hot seat. Bro, like you 0-3? I'm just saying. That's why I say we don't know what his buyout is, but I'm pretty sure it's enough to where the Florida State might be like, you know what, we done. I
don't know, man, because Nick Saban retired. They had asked, I requested if he mentioned the position, and as soon as that news came out, Florida State extended him. Mm-hmm. I think like another 8 years.
Yeah,
they gave him a new deal. Yeah. They extended his deal 8 years. I ain't regretting it. As they're down between the 9.
I think, man. Memphis team. I mean, every good programs go through a little bit of lull. They had a lot of talent leave. They thought DJ was it. It's just a bad year. I mean, you can't overreact to it. Florida State gonna still get a ton of talent. You know, Norville is a good coach, right? Like they started off slow. He got it rolling the last couple years.
Man, Ray, you only had it rolling 1 year.
Bro, but you can be patient sometimes. And him having a bad year doesn't mean he's a bad coach. Because if you let him go, who you gonna get? You might get something else. It did the same thing with Willie Taggart. Florida
State just got right last year.
That's what I'm saying, but you still gotta be patient. Like you saw how he was building the program to get where they were last year. You see what I'm saying? Just know that this is Florida State. They're gonna get talent.
Man, sometimes you can't use that portal like you want to.
Yeah, you're right.
Transfer portal is not always going to supplant talent like that. Right. And sometimes you have a little bit of mixture of both.
Yeah, so I wouldn't overreact. I mean, they're having a bad year. Chalk it up now. If you go another year like this and they're looking bad, then you could put them on the hot seat. But right now, just having a bad year, man. Starting off bad.
I don't know, man. It looked good for him.
I
don't think they're gonna fire him because they just gave him that extension.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
But they gotta figure this game out right here because this right here ain't working.
You were about Dab or Dak. actor. That's what you do.
Hey man, let's talk about a little bit about Dabo, man. Like, so what you think about Dabo? You think Dabo gonna make it through the season, D?
Yeah, we're gonna make it through the season. We shouldn't lose another game.
Shouldn't.
I'm just gonna be
I
honest. I think the game.
You shouldn't get beat by 30 points, but you did.
First of all, I think Klubnik was overwhelmed, but I don't think he should have been that overwhelmed because you had people open. You didn't let the ball go. You holding on to the ball too long, and I just think the defense.
Another one you lost, dog. You lost again.
I'm just saying.
Dabo, honestly. Like,
Dabo ain't going nowhere. Where you gonna go? Where you going?
Huh? He's not going nowhere. I'm just saying, like, Dabo has to be able to adapt to the way college football is going.
Bro, he
doesn't.
Like,
no. He can't just say, I'm gonna just recruit the 3, 4, 5-star brand, just continue to develop and develop.
Right.
Sometimes you got to pluck a 1 or 2 out of that portal.
Don't get me wrong, but you got to get people that want you, and you're not gonna give no kid no 3 and 4 million when you know he can transfer the next year. Like that's not
what it is, dog. Like it ain't Clemson giving the money up. It's the collectives, and now the pool giving it up.
But what I'm saying is, y'all acting like
gamble, dog.
Bro, y'all acting like we had 6-6, 5-5. We went 10-2, 8-4, and 9-3. We went to the college.
That standard that y'all have set, that's not good enough.
Don't get me wrong.
Plus, you're not getting the talent. Y'all not
Don't
getting
get me wrong.
talent like y'all used to.
Well, I just think we missed on 2 quarterbacks. That's what killed us. We ain't missed on defense.
Dog. You're just getting the talent, dog.
Bro,
y'all haven't had a receiving core in 2 years.
Bro, we missed on quarterbacks.
Maybe 3.
I think we've had talent. We just missed on 2 quarterbacks. If you look at the 2 quarterbacks we got now, look where DJ at. We missed on DJ. DJ was the number 1 quarterback. DJ was the number 1 quarterback coming out. Who was the better player, him or Bryce? Bryce. Okay, then we got Klubnik. He was the number 1 quarterback.
He came
I'm just saying.
I think he came out a year.
No, him and Bryce came out at the same time.
He came out with CJ.
Because DJ was number 1, Bryce was number 2. Yeah.
Don't worry, Clemson ain't going nowhere this anyway, dog. Don't matter.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. We can cut all that joint out. We're gonna run the table. We're gonna play y'all in the ACC championship, and we're gonna dust y'all off.
We'll be there front row.
You right. We're gonna be right there in Charlotte.
Both gonna be there in Charlotte. With the you make it.
I don't know.
We there.
I don't know if y'all gonna make it, bro. Y'all play Miami. Y'all don't play Miami this season.
They play them. That's
we only got North Carolina State. We got Florida State. We got Wake Forest.
I don't know y'all gonna make it because North Carolina State got beat by only 40 points against Tennessee.
That's my point. We not, bro. We should not lose another game. Period.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
All season, baby.
It's a very true statement.
All season, dog.
Well, all right, fellas. I'm about to shake off.
All right, playboy.
Go to this game.
Good luck on your game, man.
Good luck, bro.
For sure. I'll hit y'all up.
Don't be one of our parents, bro. Holler on the sideline, talking about throw Miles the ball.
Hey, look, bro. Look. I'm just trying to get film, baby. Try to get my son where he need to go.
Hey, just before you get out of here, quick pick though. Colorado versus Colorado State. Who you got tonight?
I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna go with Colorado and a close one.
I got Colorado State, man. Let's go.
I got Colorado State too. All right, man. Let me get you out of here.
All right.
Quick statement. Ray, give me thoughts on Aja Wilson breaking the WNBA scoring record.
She's a dog, bro. She's showing how great she has been, right? Like her resume, her accolades is amazing. She should get more pub. But yeah, man, just shouts out to her, man. For definitely round of applause. She's telling the torch of the WNBA. One of them is on her back. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to her, man. 5 points. That's what cool.
Yeah, she did it with games remaining.
Yeah, still got about 3 or 4.
She's gonna shit that record. Yep. Absolutely. I don't see anybody getting to that record anytime soon. Maybe Caitlin sometime because the way she shoots the 3.
Yep.
But man, I mean, just an all-time talent, all-time great player. Will go down as one of the greatest ladies to ever play the game.
She's playing South Carolina,
hands down. So,
yeah, she's one of the greatest, dog.
Just elevating the game and making the game great.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So we can get out of here. Let's get our final thoughts, and then we can move on. So D's already gone. Oh no, D's still there.
Yeah.
D, your final thought and get out of here.
Hey man, great show. The content was great. Let's keep moving forward and keep making it happen.
Yes, sir. We back at it, baby. JD did an amazing job with the topics. He gonna be doing it when weekend went out, man. You know, he's phenomenal with it. His wordplay is phenomenal. You see, he got the shades on. He chilling. He cooling. Man, you know, we back at it, man.
Hold on, JD.
Huh?
I'm trying to get your man Landon Collins. I'm talking to him, so I'm trying to get him on the show.
We'll speak offline, man. You know what I mean? You know,
For sure.
we want to tell you about what we got going on. So, but yeah, man. Listen, great show. Good job, folks. Keep paying what's going on in these games. Though LSU tied 124-22. We got Alabama up 35-10 right now,
Yeah.
and Michigan playing Arkansas State.
Struggling.
Struggling in the game. But then that game, but it's a good one going on with Florida State. They may just scored. And if you got a chance, look at this Mizzou. Boston College came out kind of earlier with 14-3. Now it's 24-14 Mizzou. So shout out to them for playing good for Mizzou playing well.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a tough out. They're gonna be a tough out. They're gonna be tough at SEC.
Yes, sir.
We'll see how it works moving forward, man. So all right, man. We don't have nothing further to do. Ray, get us out of here.
We talking about what we talking about. I can do this all day. What we talking about?